Welcome to another edition of DMIG Safety. I'm Mike Dermanuel Jr. and over the next couple of minutes I hope you learn something about how to be safe in the workplace. Okay, by far and away the most common injury in the workplace is a lower back injury. And although most people hurt their backs when they do hurt them at home, there's still an explosion of back injuries taking place every year across America and everywhere else. So it's important that you understand the challenge that this presents to you when you're in a school or church setting.
One of the areas that I see, and I've talked to some members about, is utilizing their personnel appropriately for the appropriate jobs. Many of our campuses have people that have been there with them for 20, 30 years, and they're great employees and they want to do the work that they're doing and contributing to their campus. But sometimes they take on jobs that just really aren't a good idea for their advanced ages.
If you have a bad back, I implore you, don't test your back at work. Just don't lift. Take the time to get help, call somebody, but you yourself, don't put yourself in harm's way. I want to show you, just to illustrate the problem with poor lifting technique. Nothing makes me cringe more than this. You'll notice I'm just bending over to lift a piece of paper, but I want you to look at the position I'm in right now. Even before I pick up the piece of paper, I'm putting several hundred pounds of pressure on my lower back, because when I'm in this position, my back muscles are supporting my entire trunk and my head before I've even lifted an object. That's the key critical mistake that people make, and why they hurt their back is because of poor technique.
One of the biggest things we see is improper lifting techniques. That means that people are still lifting at the waist and not with their legs.
I have a saying that I've been using out there for the last couple of decades regarding how to lift properly. It's lift like a baby. And even when you have a light object like an overhead projector, lifting like a baby involves bending your knees, bringing the object up, and placing the object on a cart or a dolly.
Because lifting heavy objects is usually the most common incident that we see.
The other way that we can hurt our back at times is by lifting and twisting. And so you'll see people that lift and then they turn. And as soon as they turn, they put undue stress on their lower back. So lifting and twisting is another problem that we face. And it really falls in that body of work that we refer to as poor technique.
The number one incident that we've probably seen this year are teachers lifting things that they shouldn't be lifting. And so we consider that entirely preventable by having our facility staff called.
These are the best strategies for avoiding a back injury. And back injuries can be expensive. They can put you out of work for a long time. Nobody wants to have a back surgery. So be careful with your back. It's a very important part of your body. It's the part of your body most susceptible to injury, but also the part of your body where you can prevent injury merely by practicing proper lifting technique. Well, the key to what you just saw today is, what are you going to do with the information? Are you going to take it seriously? Are you going to apply it to your daily work life? Because the entire purpose of the DMIG Safety series is to make sure that at your school or at your church, we can have minimal injuries as possible. Thank you for watching.